Hello, this is Catherine Reynolds from The Business Beautician. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be talking about what makes a website successful. Now, you might be thinking, I really need a website. You might be thinking, I've got to get online. But you're not necessarily thinking, what is going to make your website a success? So one of the biggest problems that I find small business owners make when creating a website is that they haven't really thought about what their website is for. So it's almost impossible to say whether it is a success, whether it's a successful website, whether it's a quality website, if you don't know what it's going to do and what outcomes you want from it. So I've put together this little video today to just take you through some of the possible things you would want your website to do. And I know it sounds really obvious now I'm saying it, that you need to decide what job your website is supposed to do, what its purpose is. But so many website owners go into the process of getting a website to just have a website, and it really just becomes a very expensive business card. It doesn't necessarily mean your website is successful because we don't really know what it's supposed to do. So let's have a think about some of the objectives, some of the really important ways that your website can actually be a fantastic marketing tool for your business. It can do the job. It can be you when you sleep. It can get people involved. It can engage your audience. It can drive traffic. It can get you more leads, and then it can make you more sales. That is what a website's supposed to do. And that is what a successful website looks like. But what does success mean to you? So have a think about what exactly you want your website to do for your business. So I've come up with some ideas, some of the common wants for websites, but there are many, many more. It might be the little nuances for you. So it might be just getting more people onto your list. It might be just getting more people engaged or re-engaging people who walk through your bricks and mortar store. It could be any of these things, but you have to decide what you want your website to do so that you know whether it's a successful website. So number one on my list is I want my website to make more sales. Simple as that. This is why we're in business. I want to sell on my website. I sell courses and classes, and I also sell one-to-one packages. I work directly with clients, and I want my website to sell these things for me. I don't want to have to talk to every single person who buys my Build a WordPress website class, because I would have hundreds of people calling me up. I want my website to do that job for me. I want it to engage those people, take them through the funnel and sell on the site. So that is number one on my list, and it's normally number one on a lot of people's lists, particularly if you've got a retail store, but also services, appointments. You want your website to be actually driving those sales and making those sales for you. So you don't have to come in and do that work. That's the beauty of websites, is once you've got it, it's a tool that will keep on giving. You don't have to pay it a wage. You don't have to keep on plugging away like you do at social media. Once you've done it, it's there and it can do its job. So number one is sales. Number two is get more leads. And this is a real biggie because so many of our sales are driven through e-marketing, through email systems. And building your list, a list that you own, is another way of getting people to make the first step of working with you. And then you can continue to build that relationship, because once they're on that list, then they've given you permission to talk to them. They've given you permission to sell to them. So websites getting leads for you is absolutely key to getting them to the top of that to eventually make more sales. But that is something you can also measure. You can measure how many leads your various sign-up forms on your website are getting for you. Run a little competition. I find that the most successful ones are in the footer, but that's just me. If you find another one, like a pop-up, don't really like pop-ups, but if you find yours is a success, then give it a go. Tell me about it. I want to know what's the most successful sign up on your website. So that's a great way to measure how much of a success your website is by how many leads you're getting through to your list. So that's number 2. Number 3 is building those great relationships with people. So building that know, like and trust, writing a fantastic blog, writing some great content that people will want to read again and again and keep coming back for more. So many clients that I work with have a lot of content over a lot of years, and it just needs great sorting out so that you can keep people coming, keep people on the website, reduce that bounce rate so they don't just go away, make them read more, interact more, and every single time they're reading something from you, some of your fantastic content, you're one step closer to building that great relationship, one step closer to actually getting them to buy from you and to work with you. So that's number 3, is building great relationships. And you don't have to be there. It does the job for you. It is your voice when you're sleeping or doing something else more interesting. Okay, number 4 is keeping you front of mind. So this is a similar sort of thing to building those relationships. But also, if people think, well, who would know about that? I know, I'll go and see what such and such has on their website. That's normally where I can get the answer. Or so they're actually going straight to your website to consume your content. So you're really staying front of their minds. You're really driving traffic maybe from your email list back to your website, really getting them involved. So they're used to being in your marketing web. You can also draw people back into your marketing web through your website and just really build some of that brand awareness that you're the person that people really want to go to for the answers. Aha! As long as you have the answers, make sure you have the answers. Another way that your website can help you is to drive more traffic organically. So I started off on social media. I started off on Facebook. And I often drive traffic over from the social media platforms over to my website if they let me. I want my computer on in the background so I have a nice background. There we go. Don't want a black screen. Do you like my random object of the day, which is the ninja clock from my son? It's better than the cat who was there a minute ago. Where was I? Yes, driving organic traffic. So you really want your website to be getting new people in, so you're not having to do the work. So really working your SEO game well, so that Google goes, oh, I know has a great answer to that question that people are typing into Google, and sends them to your website. Or YouTube, which is what I'm doing at the moment, is building that organic traffic through that search engine and sending them back to my website. Go click on my website link. And then it will have worked. So it's another way that your business will work for you, is by driving people through. And that one is very easily measurable because you can see the stats. You can see how many new users are coming in, and you can see where they're coming from. So you can see whether you're getting organic leads or whether you're driving them physically through, pushing them through from your social media. So again, your website sits in the middle, and that is another way you can have a successful website. So then you're on 6, I think. I actually wrote them down because otherwise I'll forget them in order. So 6 is customer support. So somewhere for people to go if they have a problem, if they need to contact you, all those sorts of things. Get your website to sort them out. You can answer some of the questions on there. Facts is a fantastic page. Frequently asked questions, information about delivery. You don't want people having to come to you with all the questions all of the time. So that will take some of the strain off your admin. So another way a website can be very successful for you, serving your products and courses. So I actually have my courses on my website, so people can log in and they can get the material from there. You might use something like Simplero or Kajabi. Is it Kajabi or Thinkific? Thinkerific, something like that, as a platform for memberships or online products. But you can do that through your website. And again, it's all part of your marketing web, and it's a really useful tool to serve up stuff that you're selling. So successful website there. Be visible and making a good impression. I have put this one last on purpose because this is normally where people start. And it's not really the most important objective of your website. It is one of them. Brand awareness, brilliant. Visibility, hooray, she's got a website. Visibility, I know where they are, especially if you're a local business, and I can contact them. Don't forget your contact phone number or email or contact form on your website. Big mistake to make. So being visible, making a good impression, and really driving that brand awareness. But don't just aim for that. Don't just aim for having a website for the sake of it. Give it some good objectives. Make sure you know what you want it to do for your business, and then you'll be able to tell if your website is successful, if you have a successful website, because you'll actually have the measurements to tell you. And if it's not successful, fix it. If it's not driving the traffic to the way you want, if you're not getting sales leads or sign-ups, or if your customer support is not working, you're getting too many calls to you, then your website is not successful and needs a little tweak in the right direction. So I hope that's given you some good ideas and some good things to think about, how your website can really work for your business, how you can make your website successful in your business, and how you can really get it working for you. I'm all for less work, doing less work myself. Maybe I'm lazy, not sure. Getting my website to work for me and making sure that it actually does something and it actually has a purpose. So I hope that's given you some really great tips. Like this video, comment below. I'd love to know what the purpose of your website is and whether it's doing its job or whether you feel a bit lost with that. And of course, subscribe to this channel. This is actually my first video for a very long time, and I will be doing one every week, giving you some fantastic tips on digital marketing, marketing through your website, making your website work from you. I am Catherine Reynolds from The Business Beautician, and it has been wonderful speaking to you. I shall see you again very soon. Bye-bye.